A plain wooden workshop. No electricity. No machines humming, no factory floor. And inside, a vehicle being built entirely by human hands that will cost you more than most people's first car. $22,000 for a horse-drawn buggy sounds like a number someone made up. But by the time this video ends, you will not just understand that price, you will wonder how they managed to build it for so little. Stay until the end, because we are going inside the complete process. From the raw lumber sitting in an open-air drying yard, all the way to the moment a craftsman hitches a horse to the finished vehicle and listens, carefully, for anything that is not quite right. You will see exactly where every single dollar of that $22,000 goes, and why a buggy built this way can outlast 3 generations of the family that ordered it. What you will learn is this: hand-built does not mean primitive, and slow does not mean inefficient. Right now, in the rural countryside of Holmes County, Ohio, and Lancaster County, Pennsylvania, small family workshops are producing vehicles that will still be in daily use in the year 2050. The craftsmen building them are not using power tools or assembly lines. They are using skills that were handed down from a father to a son to a grandson across 5 or more generations. And the result is a vehicle so precisely built, so carefully finished, that it routinely survives 30 years of daily road use without a single major structural failure. Let us start with the wood, because that is where the buggy actually begins, long before anyone picks up a chisel or fires up a forge. The primary frame of an Amish buggy is built from ash, hickory, and white oak. These are not species chosen randomly or sourced from the cheapest available supplier. Builders personally inspect every plank before it enters the shop. They are checking grain direction, moisture content, and density. A plank with the wrong grain orientation will split under load. A plank that has not been properly dried will shrink and warp after the buggy is assembled, pushing joints apart from the inside. Many shops operate their own drying yards, air seasoning lumber, for 6 months to a full year before it ever gets cut. That alone tells you something important about how these vehicles are built. The process starts a year before the customer places their order. Hickory is the species of choice for the wheel spokes, and the reason is specific. Hickory absorbs impact shock better than nearly any other hardwood native to North America. When a buggy wheel rolls over a rough road at 12 miles per hour carrying a full family, every spoke flexes slightly under that load. A spoke that cannot flex will crack. Hickory flexes, and it survives thousands of miles of road contact because of it. Now the wheel itself is where every experienced buggy builder will tell you the real work lives. The hub is turned and bored on a lathe. The spoke holes are drilled at precise angles because the spokes do not run straight outward. They lean slightly, a geometry called dish, which gives the wheel lateral stability when the buggy is loaded and moving. Each spoke is individually turned, shaped, and fitted with hand-cut tenons at both ends. The tolerances on those tenons are measured not by instruments, but by feel, by the resistance felt when pressing the joint together by hand. Too tight, the wheel cannot be assembled. Too loose, the spoke will vibrate free under road stress inside 3 months. Once the spokes are fitted and the outer wooden rim sections are joined around them, the steel tire goes on. And this is the moment in the build that stops people cold when they first see it. The steel tire is forged slightly smaller in circumference than the finished wooden wheel. It is heated in a forge until the metal expands enough to slip over the rim. Then it is immediately quenched with cold water. As the steel contracts, it compresses the entire wheel structure with force that no bolt or screw could replicate. Every joint locks. Every spoke pulls tight. The wheel becomes a single rigid unit held together entirely by the physics of thermal contraction. No fasteners. No adhesives, just heat, cold water, and 200 years of accumulated understanding about how steel and wood behave together. The frame of the buggy body is built using mortise and tenon joinery at every structural connection point. This is deliberate. A nail or bolt creates a rigid hardpoint inside a wooden joint. Under the constant vibration of road travel, the wood flexes around that hardpoint and eventually fractures. A mortise joint distributes stress across a wider surface area, allows the minimal flex that wood naturally needs, and holds together through decades of use that would split a nailed connection inside 5 years. The roof bows, those curved strips forming the arch of an enclosed buggy's roof, are steam-bent from straight planks. The wood is placed in a steam box until the internal fiber structure softens, then bent around a form and held until it cools and sets permanently in that curve. There is no cutting, no laminating, no compromise in strength. One continuous piece of wood, shaped by steam and time. Underneath the body, the running gear carries the full engineering load of the vehicle. Multi-leaf steel springs are mounted at all 4 corners, each one carefully tuned to the expected weight of the loaded buggy. Spring tuning is not a setting you find in a manual. It is knowledge built from decades of feedback from drivers who use these vehicles 8 to 12 miles per day, every day, in every season. A spring set too stiff transmits road shock directly into the horse collar. Over a long driving season, that repeated impact causes real physical damage to the animal. Builders tune by feel, by experience, and by listening to what their customers report back after a full year of driving. The interior is upholstered in black fabric across all church districts, fitted with padded bench seats designed for 2 to 4 hours of daily use, and equipped with battery-powered LED lights that improve road visibility against modern vehicle traffic traveling at 55 miles per hour on the same roads. Final assembly, paint, and hardware takes the vehicle to completion. Then the builder hitches it to a horse and drives it. He listens for squeaks. He watches the tracking. He feels for vibration in the footboard. Nothing leaves the shop until that drive confirms that everything is right. The $22,000 price reflects 250 to 400 hours of skilled labor. Premium hardwoods aged for a year before cutting, forged steel components, and a level of individual craftsmanship that simply cannot be replicated on an assembly line. Spread across 30 years of daily use, that cost becomes less than $3 per day for reliable transportation. What the Amish have built is not just a vehicle. It is proof that when a community decides to build something to last and then commits to the patience and the skill that requires, the result outlives every shortcut that the modern world has invented to replace it.